Hello everybody. I'm sorry that we are a little bit of delay of start here. It's how do I say? It's 2 minutes of delay here. Unfortunately, it's because my laptop decided to just crash just when I'm almost finished with the preparation. So it really puts me insane. But yeah, seriously. Um, It's a but when I said it's insane, it's more like it's infuriating, you know. This thing it's not the first time ever it really crashes in front of me, but I don't know. I don't know so much for driver stability. Uh, but anyways, we I guess we can go in live right now. So let's do this, shall we? Hello everybody. And good. It's right now. Good afternoon here. Okay. Good afternoon from Sarawak, from Borneo. It's 1:18:26 p.m. here on 4 of April 2026. So yeah, I'm Daniel Suguwa, your host today for us to witness not only the launch of the Atlas 551 configuration rocket that will carry the Amazon Leo LA-05. It really stands for Leo America 5. Okay, but also at the same time, we are also going to see the brief update of the Artemis II mission, moon mission that of the Orion Integrity spacecraft, where inside the Orion Integrity spacecraft, at with the serial number of CM-003, and I'm stand corrected there. Um, we are going. There's also going to be 4 astronauts on the way to the moon. The first one in this one is not in particular order, so I'm going to say here. The first one would be the Victor Glover. Second would be Reed Wiseman. Three, Christina Cook, and also number 4 would be Jeremy Henson. And yeah, if you actually saw on my, if I remember yesterday, yeah, where there is like the BBC or the Fox News mention about Jeremy Henson being the first timer. Okay, I said that the Jeremy Henson is not the first time ever into the space, but I stand corrected. I've already read again, and yes, Jeremy Henson. This is his first assignment, the first 2 assignment mission as an astronaut. Yeah, he's a Canadian astronaut from the Canadian Space Agency (CSA), and apparently I was actually quite mixed up with I quite mixed up with Victor Glover. Victor Glover is the one that actually goes to space, to the orbit a second time. The first one is the SpaceX Crew 1, and then later on his second real assignment to space, to the is this mission, this Artemis II. So I stand to be corrected as well. So yeah, that's actually what happened when when you don't have enough time to entirely invest in doing this kind of stuff. But it is what it is. And since we are already live, and yeah, thank you so much if you at least have some kind of patience. I guess why not? We just go and watch here, shall we? I'm going to go. There's actually 2 rocket launches. The first, sorry, there's going to be two things here. So we are going to see 2 things simultaneously. One is the Amazon Leo 5, and another is the Artemis 2 mission coverage as well for this brief update day number 3. Yeah. So I'm going to go here. There. Oh, so okay. So interesting. I need I need to
Jeremy,
give
this
you.
is Terry North with the Montreal Gazette. Congratulations on your voyage so far. What's
All
the
right.
camaraderie been like with your fellow American
All right. So
astronauts?
let's watch here.
Have they
Meanwhile, we
teased
are
you
still
much
waiting
about
for
being the lone
the
Canadian?
United Launch Alliance to go live. Let's see. All right. So here we go.
There is no way that we are ever teasing this man right here. Jeremy and I have
So
known each other
yeah,
since 2009 when I got selected to NASA and he got
this is
selected
from
to the Canadian
live
Space
from the
Agency. So we've been
Orion
great friends ever since.
Integrity
It's impossible not
spacecraft.
to be good friends with this
They
guy,
are
though. It's just
doing
his
some kind
demeanor,
of interview
his care
here,
for others, the way he
or
goes
the
about life, the way he cares about
press
his
affair
family. We
news
might joke
news
around
something like
together,
that.
but we're
Here
not
you
teasing
see.
him. And Ike,
All
anything you want
right,
to add to that?
awesome.
You know, similar to our countries physically, this crew is very close, and
Nice.
you know, it's been tough to make fun of him because he got up here, and even though he's Canadian and a first-time flyer,
Yeah,
he's
I think
making it look easy.
we can
He's
also
been
go
doing
with
great so
the full
far, so
screen.
not a whole lot to make fun of.
Oh yeah, I believe should be good.
Lisbeth Cerné, agence Science Presse. Nous savons que vous avez apporté de la nourriture du Québec. J'espère que vous avez commencé à y
Okay,
goûter.
because I'm
En
looking.
avion, on sait que les papilles gustatives sont différentes, donc on goûte différemment. Est-ce que
Okay,
vous,
is
vous
it?
avez déjà commencé à sentir une différence dans ce que vous goûtez? Et j'espère que si ça goûte bon.
Where's another one? Another one would be here, I guess. Okay.
Je suis désolé, mais j'ai manqué la dernière partie de cette question. Alors, encore une fois, s'il vous plaît.
All right.
Donc, la question, Jérémy, était de savoir si le goût était modifié dans l'espace et si ça goûtait bon au niveau de la nourriture que vous
Ah,
mangez.
I think this is possibly okay. Or
Alors,
maybe here.
on n'a pas trouvé le sirop d'érable encore. C'est ici,
Okay, should
quelque
be good,
part,
I
mais
guess.
je ne sais pas exactement où de maintenant. On a pendant la première journée dans l'espace, on a trouvé des biscuits d'érable. Alors ça c'était quelque chose de fun à la fin d'une longue journée. De maintenant, pour moi, ça goûte à peu près la même chose ici dans l'espace. J'ai entendu dire que ça change parce que
Oh, right.
c'est comme vous avez une grippe dans l'espace à cause de comment la sang bouge dans la
Oh, I
corps,
know.
dans
This
le
is, if
corps,
I remember,
mais
this is
pour
a
moi,
French
ça goûte à peu près la même chose.
Quebec call.
The
Quebec.
question was
This is a French
taste
Quebec.
changes
So
in space, and
yeah.
for me,
So I hope
far,
I pronounce it
haven't really noticed
correctly.
much
This is
change, although
a
was
French
expecting to notice
Quebec
it more.
actually.
I don't know,
French
what about you
Quebec
guys?
accent, if I remember. So it does sounds a
No.
bit like the North American accent, but with French
Jeremy, Sean Costello
on top of
from
it. So yeah.
Skies Plus magazine.
I mean, if
and
you
RCF
really want to know
today.
how
Question
analogous
for yourself and
analogous
Victor,
is it?
from an
Try imagine
aviator's
it's like
perspective,
the
can you please describe your
Portuguese,
test flight experience
like the
so far,
Brazilian Portuguese,
including some
something like that.
spacecraft
Brazilian
performance
Portuguese and the
observations or
Portuguese.
takeaways from
There's
when
two
Victor was
difference
piloting
how they're actually
the Proxops
speaking,
tests?
despite some
Thank you.
similarities. And looks like we have life here. Oh yeah.
Well,
Okay,
have to start off
so
by
I need to
saying it
give
was
you the
a ton
disclaimer
of fun.
here.
It was a great experience. My
Yeah.
favorite thing about the
So
whole evolution
let's
was
go.
that the entire crew participated. All four of us worked together. And I do love to
All
fly
right.
or drive,
So
you know, and
this is
operate
it.
machinery. And this spacecraft flew marvelously. It was actually, in every way, better than the simulator.
Right.
It was, you know, the weightlessness, the sound and feel of the thrusters was very different than what we simulated, and all in a positive direction. And it flies very nice.
And as you can see, this is the Atlas 5 551 rocket here. Okay, and with this
Jeremy, and
this Atlas 5
congratulations to
rocket, it
everyone
has
on Artemis
5
II.
solid rocket boosters.
Jeremy, you
On the
spoke
left
of
side,
the
you can see
importance of
there
the
is
air
2
cadets'
solid rocket
influence on
boosters
your young
with
life.
another one,
Did you know you
3
wanted to be an
solid rocket
astronaut
boosters here.
when you were
This
an air
one
cadet, and now that
is
you are in
specifically the
space,
GEM
what transferable
63
skills and
yeah,
experience from
this
your
is a
time
GEM
with the cadets
63 rocket.
have served you in space?
Okay, ULA we have starting here.
And liftoff of the United Launch Alliance.
Okay, so you can
Yeah,
see
I
there.
did. When I was joining the cadet
All
program,
right.
I already set my sights
Nice.
on joining
So,
the Royal Canadian Air Force.
here you can
becoming
see
a fighter
the
pilot.
remark.
My dad
Oh,
was the one who told me that he thought the air cadets would be a great opportunity
Oh
opportunity if
yeah,
I was
this
interested
is
in flying.
this is it. You can
And
see.
he sure was right. It ended up
At
being one of the
Space Launch
greatest
Complex
decisions
41,
that I
ULA's
made
Atlas V
6 years in
rocket
the
is
Air
fueled
Cadet
and ready to
program.
launch 29
I was
satellites to
inspired
low Earth orbit for
by
Amazon Leo.
images of humans
All
walking on the
right.
moon when I
I'm
was a
Abigail
young
Outcalt,
Canadian,
an
and
electrical
that's what
engineer at United Launch
encouraged
Alliance.
me to kind of
Welcome to
follow this
live
path
coverage
to
of the
now.
Atlas
Yeah,
V
so
Air
LA-05
cadets
mission.
transferable
I'm
skills. There's
joining
a
you
lot
today
of
from
them.
ULA's Advanced
okay,
Spaceflight
so
Operations Center at Cape Canaveral
I
Space
can
Force
mute that
Station
for
in
now,
Florida.
but I'm still going to
In
keep
addition to our teams
this
here at
in
the Cape, we
simultaneous
also have a
stream,
team of
so you can
engineers on console
see
at
there.
ULA headquarters in Denver, Colorado.
All right.
Liftoff is scheduled
Oh,
for 1:46
sorry.
a.m.
I
Eastern
think
Time at
maybe
the opening of today's 29-minute launch window.
yeah, maybe
Launch windows for Amazon Leo missions vary
yeah.
by day and
My
are
stuff
determined
is
by the
actually
position
okay,
of the
okay, okay.
Amazon Leo satellites
I'm
currently in
adjusting.
orbit.
I'm very sorry.
Today's coverage will continue through deployment
All
of
right.
all 29 spacecraft of the Amazon Leo satellites currently in orbit. Today's coverage will
Okay.
continue through
Should be
deployment
good.
of all 29
Yeah.
spacecraft.
Should be good. All right.
For additional real-time updates, you can follow our live
All
blog
right.
at ulalaunch.com.
So
And
this
if
is
you
it.
enjoy watching our live coverage, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for future missions.
All right. So let's see. And
The 5-meter Atlas has an
from
unusual design
so
because the
as
center,
you
upper stage, and
already
payload
know
stack
from
are
what I
fully
said,
enclosed in the
this is a
payload
GEM
fairing.
63
Because
solid
the
rocket boosters
fairing
on the side,
constitutes about a third
two
of the total height of
SRBs
the
and
Atlas rocket,
on the left
it's
side,
pretty
and
difficult to
3
get a
SRB
sense
on
of the
the
size unless
right
you have
side.
the
And
opportunity
because
to
of
stand on
that,
it.
there is some kind of cross
I learned
asymmetry,
recently that
but
if you
this
place
is
the
actually
Statue of
pretty
Liberty directly
intentional
next to the base of this
on
5-meter
the
Atlas, the
design.
top of
It's
the torch
because
would reach just
you
a
need to
few
know
inches higher
the
than the
rocket,
top of the
it really
American
need
flag
to
on
do
the
some
fairing.
kind of gravity turn in order to actually achieve it
Today's Atlas is flying
into the
551
correct orbit.
configuration. The
And
first 5
and of course,
indicates that
because
we are
of
flying
that,
a fairing that is 5 meters
it's
in
basically
diameter.
uses the
The second 5
advantage.
signifies
Oh,
that we are flying
see?
5 GEM 63 solid rocket boosters.
All
The
right,
1
you can see
indicates
there.
that we have 1 RL-10
And
engine
yeah,
on our
that's
Centaur
pretty
upper stage.
intentional, so
We
that
make this distinction because our Atlas Starliner
the big
configuration
the slight
requires 2
thrust
Centaur engines to
variation
lift the
a little bit
Starliner
bigger
capsule
on
to
the right
orbit.
side will be used as a way to do gravity turn, so that
We're
gravity
taking a
turn can
live
do
look at the
something
Atlas V rocket on the launch pad
pretty
at
interesting
Space
there.
Launch Complex 41.
Okay,
The
I think
largest
we
portion of the
can
vehicle
do
you see
there.
is the first stage, also known as the booster, which provides the initial
Okay,
thrust at liftoff.
so,
The Atlas booster
and
is
also
typically
you
a
need to
copper
know
color,
that
but now filled with cryogenic liquid, it has turned white with frost.
yeah, and
The booster stage is
yeah,
also filled
because
with
of what?
RP1,
Because
or rocket
uh,
propellant,
b-
which is a
because
highly
it's actually
purified
being
kerosene.
because it's actually being filled by the
At
liquid
the very top
oxygen.
of the
So
rocket is the
of
payload
course
fairing. This protective shell
of
gives
course
the rocket an
the pain
aerodynamic shape needed for the climb to space.
so of course
On
where's
the
the
fairing,
area where
we're
the
proud to
tank is
display
actually
artwork
exists on the
representing
core
Amazon's
stage.
Leo
The
program in its signature
if I
krypton
remember
color,
this that
along
one,
with
the
the
first stage
American
actually
flag
called
and
as
the
the
Atlas and ULA
booster
logos.
stage. Okay,
The Amazon Leo
the
name
booster
is a nod
stage
to the low Earth
because of
orbit constellation
because
that powers this
you can
network.
actually
And if you look
see the
closely,
difference on
you'll
the
notice the logo includes an
RP1,
aurora
the
shaped
super
by the
refined
letters
kerosene,
LEO.
super refined kerosene fuel. Basically, it's
Just below the
not being
fairing
cooled
is the Centaur
down,
upper
but
stage.
on the
This
liquid
stage
oxygen,
takes
you
over
can see
after
it's
first
already
stage
being
flight, guiding the payload
it's
to
already
its final
being
destination in
very
space.
kind of icy there,
Recently,
icy
it was
white,
announced that ULA is partnering
cryogenic
with NASA
around
to offer
negative
our high-performance Centaur upper stage for the SLS,
189
beginning with
degrees
the Artemis
Celsius.
IV
So
launch.
it's pretty cold
ULA
of
provided
a
the interim cryogenic
free
propulsion
propellant because
stage,
of course
or
it needs
ICPS, for
to
the
be a
successful
liquid,
flight of
and
the
because
Artemis I
and
mission
usually
in
on this
2022, and for this
typical
week's Artemis II mission,
temperature,
launched from
of
right
course
here in
it's
Cape
not going
Canaveral this
to
past Wednesday.
it's not going to be very
We look forward to
it's,
supporting
it's
NASA's
not going
exciting
to
and
be
important
able to
plans to
exist as a
reestablish
liquid
human
if it's
presence on the
in the
moon.
temperature room, so
As
it's
we continue
going
the
to
countdown,
go
let's take a
wafts
closer
away.
look at
So
how ULA builds
which
the
away,
Atlas V
so that's
rocket.
why in order to maintain the stability of being cooled down to the liquid for the liquid oxygen, of course it needs to be cooled down to negative 189 degrees Celsius. Well, on the yeah, so you can say the first stage, the booster stage, is actually the Kerolox propellant, kerosene as the liquid. Kerosene as the Kerolox propellant, which the liquid oxygen as the oxidizer, and the super refined kerosene, the rocket propellant one (RP1), as the as the fuel itself. and it does deliver some good amount of thrust there. And this one is the Centaur upper stage. This one is the Centaur 3 version, not the Centaur 5, which are now pretty actively used on the Vulcan Centaur rocket. And this is how you see on the how it actually being assembled. So you can see there. All right. Oh, 20 minutes of trip. Okay. Ground van, mobile launch platform, MLP. Nothing to do with My Little Pony, even though there's nothing wrong if you really like it. Anyways, okay, truck system, environmental control system, and also backup generator. All right. Oh, speaking about which, this is something I learned a bit about the, how do I say, the power, uninterrupted power supply, the UPS stuff for the server building. Oh man, it does have something to do with rocketry as well. It's all going to be rocketry, yeah.
Is radio frequency engineering.
And
So my
and
team
speak
works
about
the
which, if
systems
I
that allow
remember,
the rocket
actually
to
there's
send
also
telemetry down to mission
part of
control
the
for
interesting
monitoring
part,
down to account.
how the
purpose of
software
the
engineering
telemetry
actually
system is
exists.
to
The
sample and
software
collect
engineering
data from
division
every
actually
system on the rocket
actually
using
become a serious
instrumentation ranging
discipline
from pressure
after
transducers and
the
temperature
failed
sensors
launch of
to
the
the cameras that we
Mariner,
use to capture
if I
video during
remember,
critical
Mariner
phases of
2,
flight.
3, something like that,
All of this data
around
gets
that part, and
formatted into a
or
calculated
Mariner 1, if
telemetry
I
stream,
remember correctly,
and our transmitter
where
sends it
it
out through
fell
our
not because
antennas,
of
through the open air, and down
rocket,
to our various collection
not because
stations,
the
where it
rocket
is
engine
patched
is not
through
good
to our
and
ULA
whatnot, but
facilities across the
because the
country for
algorithm
nearly instantaneous data
and the coding
visualization.
itself is like pretty screwed up, pretty spaghetti. So they
Today's
decided,
mission will
okay,
deliver
we're
29
going
Amazon
to
LEO satellites to
do
low
this
Earth
kind of
orbit, the most
study
ever on an
real
Atlas
time.
V LEO mission.
So that's how software
That's
engineering
two more than
becomes
previous
one.
missions,
So
made
yes,
possible
software
by
engineering
engineering
become
work
one of
from
the serious
Amazon LEO and ULA, whose
discipline
additional
branch of
performance from the
science.
RL-10C upper stage engine.
It's because of that
The team also
failed
added a fourth
the
level to the
Mariner
satellite
launch.
dispenser
So
system, allowing
that's
more
why I said
satellites to fly
the
on a single
aerospace
launch
and the
and further accelerate deployment
and
of the
also computer
constellation.
science and also
Around the world,
software
billions of
engineering,
people
these
still
two
lack
has
access to high-speed
something
internet.
related to do with it.
Amazon LEO is working
I
to
mean,
deliver
sure, it's
fast,
not
reliable
100%
internet
the
to
same
customers and communities beyond the reach
kind
of
of
existing networks. Let's
difficulty,
take a
but
closer
yeah,
look.
it is what it is. And you can see, interesting there. All right. Another one there. All right. All right. Nice. Interesting. So you can see on the NASA Artemis II stream so far.
And we just heard a call there from NASA astronaut Reed Wiseman, who is working on transferring some data
Alright.
from the flywheel
So
exercise device
so far on
specifically
the
to the
Artemis
data related to acceleration.
Artemis 2 part, you can see.
And this is also as NASA astronaut Victor Glover
Alright.
is working through that D5 camera developmental flight test objective related to
Alright.
radio optical quality.
So look at that.
he's currently
On
taking
the
images out of
Artemis 2 mission. In the
windows on the
meantime,
Orion
I've already
spacecraft
opened it up.
using varying focal lengths
Oh.
of subjects out of the windows.
Oh, so this is basically like the promotional advertisement. The reason why Amazon Leo is also exists as a mobile internet satellite in the first place is because of this kind of stuff, daily living life, and also mission critical stuff. And you can see Atlas 5. Interesting, isn't it? And yeah. And you can treat Amazon Leo as sort of like a competitor to
Well, I love to talk
SpaceX
about our
Starlink,
antennas, and I
and
wanted to
also
take a
the
second to point out the two types of antennas that are
ST
visible
Space
on the rocket while it
Mobile's
sits on the pad.
Bluebird,
In this shot,
and also
you will notice
OneWeb,
that there is a large
just to name a
rectangular
few.
plane near the
So
bow
that's
tail, which
basically
is
the
near the
equivalent
fan.
version
This
of it.
antenna transmits GPS position data so that
And
the range, which is
yeah,
the
on the
critical
first stage
astronomic
booster,
trajectory, is able to assess
on the
where the rocket
core
is as it
stage,
flies downrange. This antenna also allows
other
the rocket to
than
receive
these
commands
5
transmitted from the
SRBs,
range to ensure the
the
rocket
solid
follows
rocket
a safe
boosters,
trajectory.
it's
There's
it's
also a
also
smaller triangular antenna
it's
visible
also
from
actually
either
powered
stage
by
of the
the
diaphragm, where the booster connects to the fairing boat tail.
it's actually powered by
This is
the
one of our
RD
S-band
180
telemetry antennas,
80
and it
rocket
transmits
engines.
data from the
Actually,
vehicle
if
that
I
you're
remember,
able to
derived
receive
from the
real-time on the
RD
ground. Another
190
interesting thing
from
about
the
our radio
Energia
frequency and telemetry
from the
configuration is
Soviet
that we only have one telemetry transmitter
Energia,
aboard this rocket, and we need to
also
be able to
mostly
transmit data
mostly
both
known
during
for
boost
the
phase and
Energia
for stage flight.
Buran
This
Special
presents an interesting
Special
design
one.
challenge
Actually,
since
pretty
the
interesting
part
history
goes
if you
internally in the
can
fairing
learn about it.
cannot transmit through
So
its own
I
antennas.
implore you to learn about it. But
We have a series
it
of focus
RD
detectors for
180 is
the center
basically a
avionics shelf to the
cut down
interior
version
of
of
the
the
vehicle, allowing us to
RD
transmit data to
180
separate sets of antennas
190
depending on the stage of flight.
Buran sorry, Energia rocket engine. So instead of four rocket engines being
As
clustered
we get
together,
closer to the
instead
opening of our
it's
launch
only
window,
with two
let's
rocket
take a look at
engines.
the weather
So
forecast from the Space Launch
with
Center
two
45 weather officer.
combustion chamber
Today's
there.
forecast
So
for launch
that's
is looking
that's
good.
actually pretty
The
interesting.
probability of
And
violating
on
launch
the upper
contingencies
stage,
is only 5%.
okay,
Ground winds are 9 to 18 knots
and also on the
southeast.
upper
Temperature
stage
is
is
74
the
degrees
Centaur
Fahrenheit.
5.
The primary concern for launch
Okay,
today is the cumulus
is
cloud.
the and the upper stage is the Centaur. It's not Centaur 5, it's actually
Once
Centaur
Atlas
3,
lifts off, viewers
powered by
watching
the
this launch from Florida
RL-10
and
rocket
certain
engine. If I
points to the
remember,
northeast
it's
may be able
the
to see this
variant
launch in flight. To
RL-10C
get a
rocket
closer look
engines,
at
if
this
I remember
visibility map,
correctly.
check out @ULA
Okay,
Launch on social media.
and also, as usual, from what you know, previously I talked about the ICPS. It's also powered by the Hydrolox propellant with the liquid oxygen as the oxidizer and also liquid
We
hydrogen
remain
as
in the
the
planned
fuel.
30-minute hold as we continue towards liftoff.
And
In
if
just
I
a few
remember
moments,
correctly, the
ULA launch conductor Scott Barney will pull
liquid
the team for the
hydrogen
final go during
is
the countdown.
in order to exist
The launch conductor oversees the team during this process,
as a
confirming
liquid,
that all
it needs
systems
to
are
be cooled
operating
down to
normally and that
negative
the countdown is proceeding as planned.
250,
A total of
52 or
28
200
engineers will be
negative
pulled to confirm the
250
rocket is ready to
for
move forward.
degrees Celsius. So it's
This is the
pretty
final
cold,
status
very,
check for
very
the
cold.
Atlas
In
5
fact, so
vehicle,
cold that,
ground systems, the
let's say,
payload,
if you
and the
can
U.S. Space Force
cool
Eastern
down
Range. Let's listen in as the team conducts
liquid
the hold.
hydrogen with it, you can technically just uh, you can actually just technically fuel up the liquid oxygen. You can just fill up liquid oxygen simply by just using the cooling of the liquid hydrogen piping. Okay, so Atlas Systems, this is the go no go poll. Here we go.
Go. Water. Go.
Okay, all Atlas Systems is go.
Go.
Are go.
Go. LO2. Go. LH2. Go. Gas. Go.
Okay, and Centaur Systems all are go.
Go. Facility. Go. RFFTS. Go. Flight control. Go. GCQ. Go. Op support. Go. Com. Go.
Okay, all electrical systems go. Are go.
Go. Redline monitor. Go. Quality. Go. Op safety manager. Go. Relay safety officer. Go. Vehicle system engineer. Go. Anomaly chief. Go. Range and weather. Go. Launch director.
You have permission to launch.
Okay, so other systems are also all go, and the okay, and so everything are go. Green
Polling is
board,
complete, and the team is go
and we
for
are getting
launch.
ready
From
for
now
the
until
liftoff of
launch
this
conductor
mission.
Scott Barney will
We
lead
are
the
going
team
to
through the
see
final
the
steps in
launch
today's
of
countdown. This includes
the
verifying
Atlas
propellant levels and
5
pressures in both the
551
booster and center tanks,
configuration
as well as
rocket.
arming the ordnance
This
for
one will be
ignition, stage separation,
liftoff
and
from
flight
the
termination.
Cape Canaveral
At
Space
T
Force
minus 1
Station.
minute, the
The
range will
Slick,
confirm it is in a
if I
great
remember,
condition
Slick
for launch, meaning there are no
40,
constraints such as boats,
Slick 40
aircraft, or weather,
actually
and that
stands
all
for
tracking systems are ready.
Space
At
Launch
T minus
Complex
25
50,
seconds, you will hear Go
or
Atlas,
also known
Go
as the
Centaur,
SLC
Go
40.
Amazon Leo,
So
the
yeah.
final status check for the rocket and payload. To help reduce the intense sound energy at liftoff, the launch
Okay.
pad's water deluge system activates at T minus 6
And that one is the
followed
water
moments later
garden
by
sound
booster
suppression
instigation.
system in order
Then,
to
after liftoff,
dampen out
you will hear flight commentator Corey Buckingham
most of
providing
the
live updates as the rocket ascends into
destructive,
space.
how do I say destructive sound system,
Today's
especially because
Atlas
it's
Leo launch
moving
will mark the fifth launch of a full stack of
at
LEO
practically
spacecraft on
supersonic,
ULA Atlas.
especially the exhaust.
Atlas
If I
also
remember
launched a
correctly,
LEO
the
proto flight in 2023 with
we
a
are talking
modified
about the
stack.
exhaust speed
ULA
of
will fly
around
3 more Atlas
ranging
Leo
between
missions
200
after LEO-5,
sorry
and then Amazon
200 plus
spacecraft will begin
ISP
launching
to
on Vulcan rockets.
300 plus
The
ISP. So
specially
we are talking
modified
about
E5K Centaur 5T
we are
will allow
talking
Vulcan
about the
to launch
variation
even more
of
LEO satellites with
the
each
rocket
mission.
exhaust going more than 2 kilometers per second of exhaust speed, or more than 2000 meters per second of exhaust speed. So velocity. So that's why it's pretty important to dampen out this
Atlas
sound
Mission Control.
using
At
the
T-minus 4
water
minutes and
garden
16
sound
seconds,
suppression
Fox
system
will release the hold.
in order
We anticipate releasing the hold in just a few minutes.
okay, in order to
On
just
my
keep
mark,
everything
time
is
will
good.
be T 4 minutes and counting. 3,
Mark
2, 1, mark.
Mark and go. T minus 4 minutes, and the countdown hold are actually
The countdown clock has
lifted,
resumed, and we are go for
and
launch
we
at
are getting
1:46
ready.
a.m.
Go for the launch.
After liftoff, ULA's Atlas V rocket will fly northeast
And
from Space Launch
and
Complex
also in the
41.
meantime, you can
Here's a
also
look at
see
today's
the
flight.
Artemis II mission on this Orion Integrity spacecraft with these 4 astronauts still meanwhile in good. And yeah, and this is how you can hear. Here we go.
2 million pounds of thrust, lifting ULA's Atlas V rocket away
As you can see, a very spectacular view from the launch pad. This one, I believe from the previous, probably from the previous experience. Okay, could be also from the LA-03, 02, or even before the Amazon Leo mission, or possibly the Amazon back then called as the Project Kuiper, could be like that. And this is how the jettisoning looks like on the SRB. Okay, first initiated, first happening, and yeah, you can see that. Alright, so you can see. This is how it looks like. Alright, and I don't believe we might see any kind of live stream after this part, because usually they are pretty secretive, but recently on the Ariane space they actually still keep streaming despite of the circumstances. And as you can see, the RL-10, see how it actually does its job, especially for this Centaur 3 upper stage there. And this is how the Amazon Leo separation will happen. You can see there. Alright. You can see there. Okay, at T-minus 1 minute and 35 seconds before the launch of the Atlas V 551 configuration rocket that will carry the Amazon Leo LA-05. LA actually stands for Leo America. This one is the mobile internet satellites, basically analogous to the SpaceX Starlink constellation satellites, and also the OneWeb, and also AST Space Mobile Bluebird, just to name a few. And T-minus 1 minute, 60 seconds before the liftoff. And 16 green range, green board, and getting ready in T-minus 50 seconds. And we are getting ready for the liftoff. And as you can see, the flame is there. It's actually to burn the excess fuel of burning the excess liquid, burning the excess hydrogen gas there. T-minus 35 seconds, getting ready in for the launch. T-minus 30 seconds. All the systems are going, and okay, T-minus 25 seconds. Getting ready in for the T-minus. Okay, go Atlas, go Centaur, go Amazon Leo. T-minus 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Three, we have
Ignition of the RD-180 engines and ignition of the SRBs and liftoff from the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station from the Slick 40 Space Launch Complex 40, carrying the Amazon Leo LA-05 onboarding this Atlas V 551 configuration rocket. Here we go for the launch. You can see there, T plus 25 seconds into the launch, everything looks pretty nominal, and everything is looking pretty expected. And this is it, you can see on the signal, getting ready in Mach 1. We have reaching the supersonic and getting ready in for the max Q. By this now, the RD-180 rocket engines should have already thrusted down to...
Now that we've passed through the max Q period of flight.
Okay, throttling up back again to 100%.
Flying down the center of the
Before that,
track
it's
at
60%.
1,800 miles per hour.
Okay, already passed to the max Q. Maximum aerodynamic pressure fully exerted on the rocket. And since it's already successfully passes by the max Q, fortunately the rocket is all good. And we are getting ready in for the GEM 63 SRB's solid rocket boosters strap on to be jettisoned and separated.
The vehicle is now 1/2 of its liftoff weight.
Alright, so everything looks good. As you can see, this is the view of the infrared camera there.
SRB burnout declared.
Okay, SRB burnout.
Throttling up to full thrust following burnout.
Okay, RD-180 already fully throttled up back to 100%.
This is Atlas mission.
And we have separation of the GEM 63 strap-on SRB solid rocket booster there. You can see.
These additional motors augmented the thrust at liftoff, giving Atlas an extra boost off the pad.
Yeah, that's why. T plus 2 minutes into the flight, 120 seconds. Everything looks pretty good there. And by now,
engine parameters continue to look nominal.
And by now,
current altitude 35
RD-180 rocket engines should have already
just over 2 minutes into flight.
should be operational up until 5 minutes or a little bit lesser, but or a little bit more. And getting ready in for the payload fairing to be jettisoned out.
Is that these key milestones are pre-programmed into the rocket's
T plus 2 minutes and 32 seconds into the flight. Everything looks pretty nominal.
Commanding each step in real time, that work is done in advance and tested in ULA's Systems Integration Lab in Denver. On launch day, the team is focused on monitoring the data coming back from the rocket to make sure everything is performing as expected.
Okay.
Acceleration at 2.5 Gs.
Okay.
Preparation for fairing jettison.
Okay, getting ready in for the payload fairing jettison. Okay. Unfortunately, not much. Okay, but by now, altitude is 110 kilometers and getting ready in for the payload fairing jettison. Okay. It's already 1/2 of the weight. Okay. And payload fairing jettison. And payload fairing jettison has already confirmed. And even the Centaur payload adapter has already jettisoned as well. That one is actually to keep hold of the payload fairing, so everything looks safe.
1 minute to BECO, all systems performing nominally.
Okay, all systems are performing nominally as the
Flight commentator Corey Buckingham just pulled out confirmation of payload fairing
launch commentator has already said here.
The spacecraft as it pushes through the harshest parts of Earth's atmosphere.
Okay.
Coming up, we will hear callouts for cutoff of the Atlas first stage engine and separation of the booster stage, followed by ignition of ULA's Centaur second stage engine.
Okay, and getting ready in for the RD-180 main engine to be cut off, which will be culminated into the MECO main engine cut off. Or specifically, it will be called as the BECO booster engine cutoff, and after that, the second stage will be the main engine actually. So yeah, a little bit correction there. Getting ready in. T plus 4 minutes and 22 seconds into flight, and booster
BECO booster engine cutoff.
Okay, BECO booster engine cutoff. Getting ready, stage separation.
Confirmation of booster separation.
Okay, stage separation has already confirmed, and the Centaur 3, the RL-10C rocket engine has already ignited. We have ignition.
Ignition and full thrust.
Main engine start number 1 has already initiated. And right now we are in the T plus Right now, you can see it's steering pretty well. T plus 5 minutes into the flight, everything looks pretty nominal. And as you can see, there is a slight glowing
This is Atlas Mission Control at L plus 5 minutes and 8
glowing of the rocket
We just heard
nozzle
flight commentator
extension
Corey
there
Buckingham confirm the successful completion of the
because
early
the
milestones of
hydrogen,
today's flight,
when
and
it
all
burns,
systems
it
continue
can
to
also
operate
burns
nominally.
pretty
We have about 12 minutes until we
pretty
reach our
hot.
next mission
So
event,
that's what.
which is shutdown of Centaur's main engine.
All
This
right.
morning, we've learned about rockets, satellites, and deployments. But at the heart of it all is
All
Amazon Leo's
right.
mission,
So
extending
this is it.
fast, reliable internet to customers and communities beyond the reach of existing networks.
All right.
Let's take a look inside rural Montana, where staying connected can still be a daily challenge.
All right. And good news is that we still have coverage here. Nice. So this is what we want. That's actually better, since Arianespace already streamed it full live. Fortunately, Amazon Leo no longer keep this stream short, so that's good. And right now the launch is T plus 6 minutes and 10 seconds into the flight. As you can see,
go kick around with my
okay.
son and see wildlife in more of an
Okay, you can see basically they are playing that kind of advertising, similar to how Starlink also does as well.
We have a number of families who have had it for 3 and 4 and 5 generations in our valley.
Okay, so you can see there.
Legacy to me is continuing the vision that my grandfather had for this place.
All right, you can see.
Everyone out here cares deeply about the place.
And for now, I can take a little bit of
I came up here and fell in love with the area. Okay, one more. I really like Montanans. They're really honest people that care about each other and
I need
just
to
like
keep
living
adjusting this.
rurally.
Oh, it's okay. We can keep doing this cat and mouse game. It's okay for this picture-in-picture, and also the live stream of these Atlas 5 rocket launches at the same time, carrying the Amazon Leo LA-05. It carries 29 satellites into the orbit.
Just always playing with wildlife, being out in the middle of
Still on the
nowhere.
way, anyways. And you can see there.
I love sharing it too.
Okay.
Like bringing people out and showing them.
I've already opened up the NASA
Ranch is a
live stream there.
conservation ranch.
That one is the visualize.
And let people really tie in with the land. We like to make wildlife documentaries, and we share all our wildlife cams. So
Okay.
if we come across a unique or a different behavior of wildlife, we love to share it. A lot of
Okay.
papers have been published on a lot of the findings.
So you can
we've
see on
found
the
over
live
years.
stream there.
We do a lot of outreach with high school and college, and give college students
See,
opportunity.
we are
to
already
research.
far away. The
I am the field tech
Artemis
at
II
NPD
crew
Ranch.
has already gone
I
far away
maintain all
right
the
now from the
cameras and
Earth,
live streaming
and
cameras
still
that
on the
are
way
on
to
the
the
ranch,
moon.
make sure it's all staying
Oh,
connected.
that's actually interesting. Internet of Technology stuff there. Wow.
So we're
Actually
on
interesting.
Indian Ridge here, and this is kind of the center front country of the ranch.
Okay.
We're kind of remote. We're off the beaten path here. We really didn't have anything but dial-up off some phone networks that were in really
Yeah, I know. That's basically
we
a very
are
aging
accessing
infrastructure.
through
So a real pain
microwaves
there.
that go to Dean Stone, shoot
Oh,
down to
microwaves.
Missoula.
Oh yeah, I
All that space
remember.
is rented.
Remember, this is something
One camera in the chain
related
gets
to
knocked
the
out, and then I lose connectivity, and I have to run out
to
and go
this
fix that chain.
Cold
Network
War
took 10
era,
years
if
to
I
build.
remember correctly.
It's a hard
That
process,
one
a
is
lot of
for
maintenance.
the early warning system, if I remember, but for the nuclear one. Okay, but eventually it goes on the way that it became microwave is getting pretty useful, especially for the how do I say for the Wall Street.
We're in the Blackfoot River watershed.
So
if you see
so
the
now
Louie River
microwave
runs
is
through it, that
now
river is
being
right along next to us here, just on the other
being
side
used
of
by
this ridge.
Wall
And
Street
generally,
to
you're gonna find commercial cow-calf
instantly
operations in this
conduct
whole
their
valley,
financial
taking
transaction
advantage
and
of the
whatnot,
grass
especially
and the
with
water
the
and the
stocks,
resources that are here.
with anything
We're
related,
on our 5th generation family ranch in
w-
Homeville,
anything's
Montana.
related
It was
to
homesteaded in 1882.
something here or
A
there.
lot of family
So
history
that's why.
out here. We run about 1,250 mother cows,
Okay.
and we keep some over to 2 years and finish them and sell a grass-finished beef direct to consumer and
All right.
wholesale to restaurants and grocery stores locally.
Oh, this is it.
Certainly,
All right.
we use internet for the direct marketing business. We have an email newsletter. We have Facebook ads and posts and Instagram posts for marketing that business. Sometimes the speed gets a little bit frustrating. We don't have cell service out here, so all of our cell phones only work when we're around internet.
Oh, so yeah, this is a pain point problem.
Out in the field or they're in those mountains, you don't see them. You go in and we call by voice. That's something Norwegians do. It was something my grandpa did to gather the milk cows.
Oh.
One thing about our ranch, because of that legacy aspect and wanting to keep the ground, it's really a poor business decision. It maintains itself, it sustains itself, but for us to pay our bills and to build a home, every single one of us has an off-ranch job. Myself, I do the maintenance, custodian, and grounds work for our local school district.
All right.
My wife, she's a project manager for a health insurance company based in Boston, but she works remotely.
All
She's
right, all
on
right.
Teams all day. But that means when I go home for lunch, I can't get internet because I'll ruin her meeting. So we have to kind of balance that. Are you on a meeting right now? Can I look up something? So everybody works off the ranch to help maintain this place and keep this thing going because we don't want to lose it.
All right.
It is important. It's very important. I know that's been an issue for other folks working in the valley who need better connectivity.
All right. So this is another one. This is another use. Basically, if I remember, this is something to do with the user case scenario. If I remember, yeah, something I learned as well from my course. So yeah.
We're a physical therapy practice called Rejuvenate, and then we're going to come straight. Okay, hold there. Now push up against this hand. We're 60 miles away from the next closest town. So it's really important to have local health care here. In order to get core strength, you gotta you're just making people's life a lot more functional without, great, being really invasive, so we're not using any medications or any type of surgery. You're just doing it all through physical medicine and education. Nice. Have a seat, which makes a big impact in their life. Great. Our internet's not very quick. We have to document on everything we do with every patient. So the upload speed we have right now is about 4 megabytes per second. And
oh my, that's terrible.
And sometimes
that's terrible, man. Seriously, that's basically around the era of, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think this is like the dark ages of the stream mix era. You know, the Telecom Malaysia stream mix era. Oh man, the TM stream mix. I don't miss that era. It's so slow. And thank goodness these days we have with a very good fiber optic Wi-Fi stuff, you know, at pretty affordable price. Fortunately, back then it would have been cost arm and legs just to get one. Dang. If I remember, even the lowest tier amount of subscription this day for us here, if I remember, 30 megabits per second is around 69 or 89 ringgits if I remember correctly, or it should be converted around 20 up around range around 16 to 20 US dollar for you guys there. Okay, so that's basically the price on the lowest tier. But on the I can say a bit.
We have less than 5 minutes until we reach our next mission event, shutdown of Centaur's main engine.
Okay,
We will
and
with
on
mission
the
commentary as we approach
somewhat
that
I can
next
say
milestone.
okay-ish fiber fiber
wide
optic
animation
Wi-Fi speed 100 megabits per second. That one should have already cost around 129 ringgits, or if I remember, it's around 30 plus US dollar like that. Yeah, so that's one of another decent one option here. We have that one we are talking about per month. Okay, so yeah, and right now we are in the T plus 14 minutes and 35 seconds into the flight. As you can see, all missions looks good, and you can see the perigee altitude is
All
still
engine
on
operating
the
parameters continue to be nominal.
is still on the
Current
negative,
altitude 300 miles and velocity 15,200
while on
miles
the
per hour.
apogee altitude, basically the highest point of the altitude already gone around 470 kilometers and still down, but that's pretty nominal because as long the Centaur rocket engines, as long the Centaur upper stage RL-10 rocket engines still ignite
Now 3
at the
minutes remaining
negative,
in the burn.
still
As
ignites.
previously mentioned, there will be
It's not
10
a
deploy events for this
it's not a
mission.
big concern
Each
for this
separation
mission.
will be
So
initiated
yeah.
with an arm command followed by a deploy command from the ULA flight computer.
All right, all
After each
right.
deployment occurs, there will be a roll maneuver and or settling maneuver.
So yeah, there's also going to be another deployment there. So we are also going to see there at the same time. Okay, and as you can see, the perigee, the lowest point of altitude, even though it's still in the negative, but it should still be fine as long the Centaur upper stage, the RL-10C rocket engines still ignites. Uh, Things are still looking fine and well. And T plus 16 minutes into the flight.
Now 2 minutes to
The
MECO.
apogee altitude is the
The vehicle's present
400.
position is currently over the northern Atlantic Ocean. The first SVSEP event is expected to occur over the United Kingdom area.
Okay, so we are here simultaneous feed there, both from the from the mission control on the and also between the orange spacecraft with these 4 astronauts inside it, heading to the moon, and also another one is the here we are looking at the live right now, the Atlas 5 551 rocket launches.
Now 80 seconds until MECO
80
1.
seconds would be
After MECO,
1 minutes
there will be
and 20 seconds
approximately
from
a
now
3-minute
before
coast
the
as we get into the SV separation sequence.
before the RL-10 10C rocket engines will initiate the MECO main engine cutoff number 1. We shall see that soon.
1
And
minute to MECO.
okay, 1 minute 60 seconds before MECO main engine cutoff number 1. Okay, and getting ready in. Apogee altitude is still a little bit deep lower, but should be fine. It's now 451 kilometers, and perigee altitude is now closing in. Okay, almost getting out from the negative hundreds of kilometers of altitude. Okay, and perigee altitude looks still rising.
30 seconds to MECO.
Okay, 30 seconds before MECO and already going up right
ISU
now.
vanish. The vehicle is now orbital.
Ready for the conference on 2.
All right, and good signal. Perigee altitude has already increased to
PU
200
system
kilometers.
control going into MECO.
Apogee altitude is still keeping up around 444.44 kilometers. Nice number. I mean, if you really know the connotation, it's actually not really a nice number. It's just, well, it is what it is. And you can see there.
Of the first of 3 Centaur upper stage
Okay, and the RL-10C rocket engines has already shut down on the upper stage rocket
The vehicle
engine
has
there.
begun its turn to the SV-SEP-1 attitude.
Okay.
Control looks good during the turn.
Okay, getting ready in for the deployment of the Amazon Leo satellites there. That's pretty interesting. And you can see we are now at mission T plus 18 minutes and 35 seconds into the flight. Okay. And getting ready in for the deployment. We shall see which one will be deployed soon. And of course, because it's actually packed with
about 2.5 minutes,
tons of satellites there, so that's why
Leo satellites into low
that's why
orbit.
it needs to be deployed one by one. It cannot be deployed all simultaneously because otherwise the satellites will collide each other, and we are going to have another problem with the orbital debris stuff. We don't want to speed run the Kessler syndrome, so better be safe than nothing, isn't it? So we are still looking. And right now, the altitude currently right now, we are in at the 445, almost 446 kilometers by 442.7 kilometers of altitude. So yeah, it's plus minus there, almost 450 kilometers of altitude. And the orbital inclination so far is 51.85 degrees. So you can see why And right now, the mission is already closing in
Now 1
at
minute
T
to the
plus
first of 10
20
deployment events.
minutes into the flight, and 1 minute left before the satellite, before one of the pair of satellites to be separated there from the dispenser. This one has 29 satellites on board this mission. As already indicated even from my thumbnail.
Review of the MECO 1 OPUM shows a very accurate orbit injection.
Okay, accurate orbital injection. So that's why on the upper stage usually they will try use hydrolox propellant because it's pretty precise. But this day there's also another alternative, so Metalox also can be used. It has tons of hydrogen molecule amount in comparison to typical hydrogen. So that's
Vehicle
why.
and attitude for separation.
Okay, getting ready in. Vehicle is now in altitude to be
Successful
separated.
separation of the first 3 LEO satellites.
Okay, first 3 LEO satellite LA-05 has already been separated. As you can see, this is the real-time animation gathered from the telemetry tracking data, as you can see there. And in case you don't see the altitude, let me try adjust. Oh my.
This is Atlas Mission Control at L plus 21 minutes and 20 seconds.
Let me see.
We just heard confirmation of the first of 10 events to deploy all 29 spacecraft for Amazon's Atlas
Okay,
V LEO 5
so I've
mission.
already adjusted.
As we've mentioned,
I'm
LEO
very
is
sorry.
Amazon's low Earth orbit satellite constellation, designed
I'm
to
very
deliver
sorry
fast,
if you
reliable
cannot see
internet to
the
customers beyond the reach of traditional networks.
if you cannot see the
The full
telemetry,
constellation will include more than 3,000
I need to lift
satellites,
up my
and their altitude
avatar
allows
next
for lower
time, but
latency
it's
than
okay.
traditional satellite systems.
Possibly maybe I need
satellite uses
second
electric
monitors
propulsion for orbit
next
raising,
time, but
maneuvering,
it's fine.
collision avoidance, and safety orbiting at the end of its mission. They also use optical inter-satellite links, infrared lasers that transfer data between spacecraft,
T
forming a
plus
secure
22
network in
minutes
space.
into the flight.
To deploy the satellites, all 29 are mounted
Yeah,
to a
so
dispenser
for
system
these
attached
satellites,
to ULA's
usually
Centaur
nowadays
upper stage.
they are connected by each
dispenser
other
consists of
from
3
the
tiers
satellites
with
to
9
relay
satellites each,
all of these
with an additional 2 satellites on the
internets
final
and
tier,
whatnot using
affectionately
the
referred to by
infrared
engineers as
laser,
the
as
Cape Topper.
you can
Once
hear.
Centaur reaches the target deployment altitude,
All
the
right.
satellites are released 3 at a time, with
T
short
plus 2
pauses in
minutes
between,
and 24 seconds
starting with
into
the
the
bottom
flight.
tier.
I almost wanna
During this process, ULA
say
engineers
T
are
plus
closely
22
monitoring
minutes and
data to
22
confirm each
seconds.
deployment
Yeah,
is
because
successful and that all systems
symmetry
remain
number
complete.
there. I like it.
We have 9 more deployments ahead, so we'll step away from commentary for now and return as we approach the final deployment.
Okay, getting ready in for the another deployment for should be for another 3 sets of the Amazon Leo. Let's listen in. Getting ready in for the deployment number 2. Should be another 3 sets. Okay. T plus 23 minutes and 4 seconds into the flight.
In attitude,
Everything looks nominal. Okay, getting ready in. And we have another deployment of the 3 Amazon Leo LS-05. Another constellation of these satellites.
The next deployment event will be in approximately 2 minutes.
So 6 out of 29 total satellites has already been deployed. We can see there from the launch. Getting ready in for third deployment. Let's listen in.
The vehicle has begun another roll maneuver.
Okay, another roll maneuver to adjust itself to properly deploy the satellites into the proper alignment. Getting ready in T plus 24 minutes into the flight. And even the Artemis II missions, to moon mission is still looking pretty fine. Looking from the mission control center and also from the Orion Integrity spacecraft. Looks good as well. And including this upper Centaur 3 upper stage, RL-10C has already shut down, but
1 minute until SVSEP event number 3.
okay, getting ready in for 1 minute before the separation, another separation as well. Should be another 3 sets to be deployed. Okay, so that's why I said these 3 missions, both of these missions looks pretty fine and well. Getting ready in. Okay, right now the mission T plus 25 minutes and counting. And as you can see, the reason why there is venting on the bottom stage of the Centaur upper stage there is to keep the tank, keep the liquid inside the rocket engines intact there, and also to ensure that it still can ignite its RL-10C rocket engines in case anything
Deployment of 3 more
happens.
Amazon LEO satellites.
Okay, another successful
9
three
satellites
more
separated
satellites
and
to be
20 more to go tonight.
deployed there. And as you can see on the bottom ring of it, already fully deployed. So it's now 9 of 29 Amazon LEO LA-05 satellites constellation already deployed, as you can see there. So in total, there's going to be 20 satellites left to be deployed. And another one, we shall go for the fourth deployment at T plus 26 minutes and counting, getting ready in. And as you can
The
see,
vehicle has now switched its antenna select to the TDRS 275 asset.
okay, already done its hand check to the
Now 1 minute until
another
the
3D
fourth SVSEP event.
TDRS, the TDRS satellite. That one, TDRS actually stands for Tracking Data and Relay Satellite System. So that's why it's pretty important to track this one, even though we don't have any video visual, but at least we have the telemetry data to be relayed on. And it's going to be translated via this real-time animation, as you can see there. Getting ready for another 4 set of it, T plus 27 minutes and counting. And the apogee altitude is 457.66 kilometers by perigee altitude of 442 kilometers, and still counting. It's around 458 by 442 kilometers of altitude. So that's that if you want to know the orbit altitude. And we have another separation of the Amazon LEO deployment number 4, another 3 sets already deployed. 12 out of 9 12 out of 29 satellites have already been deployed for the Amazon LEO LA-05 satellite constellation. So that's that. And getting ready in for the deployment number 5.
The vehicle has initiated a roll maneuver as expected.
Okay, another roll maneuver has already initiated. And also you need to remember another reason is to avoid any kind of collision and to do some kind of satellites collision avoidance maneuver as well. And right now we are at a T plus 28 minutes and 10 seconds into the flight of the Atlas 5 551 rockets. Most of it already. Okay, 1 minute left before the Amazon LEO deployment number 5. And then by then,
miles away from the Earth and about 131,000
okay,
miles away from the Moon.
all right.
This comes following the translunar injection or TLI burn, which took place
And of course,
yesterday
like I
on
said,
Flight Day 2.
why the Centaur
Today
bottom
there
on the
was a
bottom
planned
half of it
outbound
still
trajectory
venting
correction
some
burn, but
kind
that
of
burn was determined to not be
propellant is
needed,
that to ensure that the
as the
fuel does
TLI
not
burn
sloshing
took
around
place
the
yesterday
tank itself, because
was
otherwise
very
if
precise
it's
and
sloshing,
accurate, so the next
if
burn
the
that's scheduled to
propellant,
take
the
place will be on Flight Day
propellant fuel
4,
and
and that will be the
oxidizer
outbound
sloshing
trajectory
around
correction 2
inside it,
burn.
it's going to be problem
That
for
burn is
the
scheduled to take place in
RL-10C
about
rocket engines
17
to be ignited
hours
for
and
the
34 minutes
disposal
from now.
burn, reentry and also disposal burn of it. So that's why very important.
Successful deployment of the 3 SVSEP-5 satellites.
Another 3 sets of the Amazon LEO already been deployed, so it's now totaling up around 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. 15 out of 29 satellites to be deployed left again. And getting ready for the deployment number 6. And it actually feels good that we at least have much a complete visual view in comparison to previously, since of the Ariane space launch of the Ariane 64. debut launch, it's good to see this. T plus 30 minutes.
Performing another roll maneuver. The reaction control system looks good.
Okay, reaction control system. The RCS thrusters are doing pretty fine as well for this flight. And look at that. Look at that. That's what you want, isn't it? And right now, the orbital altitude so far is 465 by 442 kilometers of altitude, with the launch orbital inclination of 51.871 degrees. So that's that. Another one that we can see. We shall see soon for the deployment number 6.
30 seconds to the next deployment.
Okay, 30 seconds left. 30 seconds left before the deployment of another 3 satellites of the Amazon LEO LA-05. It's going to be another total of 18 of 29 satellites if it's successful once more. Getting ready in. And then we shall see soon. T plus 31 minutes and 13 seconds. And we have deployment, 6th deployment of the Amazon LEO LA-05 satellites. Now it's 18 out of 29 satellites totally have already been deployed. 11 satellites left before fully finish the job. As you can see, the payload dispenser, it looks pretty long there, but everything looks fine so far. Getting ready in. Another 3 sets will be deployed after this one. And
1 minute to SB-SEP event 7.
Okay, 1 minute before the Amazon LEO deployment number 7 to be initiated. And then the final deployment will be only 2 satellites of it. So that's that. That's just another context you need to know, just in case you want to know why. Okay, getting ready in for deployment number 7. T plus 32 minutes and 22 seconds into the flight. Still doing its the job pretty great. I hope I didn't obstruct the view. My avatar didn't obstruct the view. It's okay so far. And another 3 deployment already confirmed for the Amazon LEO LA-05 already deployed. So now it's let me
21 satellites deployed with 8 more still to go.
Okay, so 21 out of 29 satellites already totally been deployed. So only 8 satellites left to be deployed. Getting ready in for the deployment number 8 for the Amazon LEO LA-05. Another 3 sets will be deployed. Until the last one will only be the exception, which will be only 2 satellites to be deployed. By then, it will have been 27 out of 29 satellites to be deployed after that on the final
Asia.
one.
We have traversed over all of Europe. The second burn today will be performed over the Indian Ocean, with the Centaur being disposed of in the Pacific Ocean.
Okay, so around Indian Ocean, from what we can hear, RL-10C rocket engines will be ignited for the final time to do some disposal and also re-entry burn, destructively re-enters back around the Pacific Ocean, around the Point Nemo, where there is no civilization, no islands, and no people there. And hopefully all the fishes, corals, and whatnot, they are safe, even though it's re-enter. So getting ready in, another 3 satellites have already been deployed. 24 out of 29 satellites have already been deployed.
Until the 9th SB-SEP event.
Deployment number 8 already confirmed, and we now have, let me calculate this, 24, 5 satellites left to be deployed. So another 3 sets will be deployed for this deployment number 9. And finally, for the deployment number 10, it should be only 2 satellites to be deployed. for this total satellite constellation mission of the Amazon LEO LA-05. LA stands for Leo Americas, in case you want to know. T plus 35 minutes and 5 seconds into the flight. Centaur upper stage, Centaur 3 upper stage still doing pretty fine there, aligning it to the for the deployment where the payload adapter dispenser will be deployed. Will deploy the Amazon LEO for this mission.
Maneuver complete in attitude for SVSEP-9.
Okay, maneuver has already completed. T plus 35 minutes and 35 seconds into the flight. Getting ready in for deployment number 9. Another 3 sets should have already been deployed by now. And another 3 sets have already been deployed. It's now 27 out of 29 Amazon LEO LA-05 have already been separated and getting ready in for the final deployment number 10. This will only consist 2 satellites to be deployed there. After that, the mission, primary mission for Amazon will be done. Right now, T plus 36 minutes and 15 seconds. All missions looks fine, both on the on this Amazon LEO mission and also for the Artemis II mission as well. So yeah, great job.
1 minute until the 10th and final separation event for tonight's launch. Remember,
okay.
This 10th SVSEP event will be releasing only 2 satellites.
Yeah, so that's what you heard from the remark there.
Integrity Houston, com check after ACU swap.
T plus 36 minutes and 52 seconds. Looks pretty fine. And right now, getting ready in, crossing for the T plus 37 minutes, mark 37 minutes.
Still on OE2 after the conference. And one item for you, we are not seeing the dock cam showing disconnected.
Okay, 15 seconds should be ready for the deployment of the 2 Amazon LEO LA-05.
On with green LED for the dock cam.
Okay, we have full total separations of the Amazon LEO LA-05. The last 2 satellites have already been deployed, and the full completion of the mission at almost T plus 38 minutes, all the Amazon LEO LA-05 satellite constellations has already done its job. So congratulations to Amazon for the successful deployment of the satellites, and congratulations to the ULA, United Launch Alliance, for the full successful launch of the Atlas 5 551 configuration rocket. Very, very good so far.
Let's take another look at liftoff.
Okay, so this is another launch replay review here. Let's review again.
Indicate that they are on, but we are
T-minus
not
10,
streaming from them.
9, 8, 7,
Let's see.
5,
with full
4,
excitement again.
3,
You can see there.
2,
RD-180, yeah, and ignition. You can see there. This is what happens almost 40 minutes into the flight, 40 minutes ago, almost 40 minutes. So you can see there. And that's that. We have already finished the live stream for this part, and for the Artemis II, we are still ongoing. You can see there. We've already finished it. Remarks have already finished. And that's all for the live stream. Amazon LEO LA-05 has already fully separated from the payload adapter dispenser, already done its job. All 29 satellites have already been successfully separated. So that's that. We already finished the launch of it, and we can go with the remark here. Let's go with the, how do I say? Let me go here on the, is it? Yeah. Or maybe I can go this one. Yeah, this one. So we've already finished it, so that's good. And I can adjust my avatar here. All right. So I intended to use these live stacks, but whatever. It's fine. I need to rush. I need to rush back again to live because unfortunately mm, unfortunately my laptop suddenly decided to just create more trouble. So it's a bit of pain of a pain trying to diagnose it, but yeah, fortunately it's just restarting. It's just restart back the laptop and already done my job here and there. So you can see, and since we have already done its mission, well, why not we just go and take a rest, isn't it? Let's loosen our tie. I don't know. Just using Serpent ZA wording, Winston wording. Just loosen your tie and enjoy it. Even though I cannot virtually loosen my tie, uh, for this one, but consider it like that. Just take some kind of good break here and there. So this is the Artemis mission. Whoa! And by now we have already T plus 1 hour of 1 hour around, yeah, around 1 hour and 10 minutes into the stream. Wow, that's great. I think I need to open up private window. Yeah, it's pretty typical. I'm just using private window by by default. The incognito mode. It's okay. Okay, and also I need to look back the mission what already been covered before. Okay, for these. Okay, so from what do we know? Okay. Mm-mm. Mhm. Okay, so from what do we know? I can cover you a little bit of the day three, flight day three of the Artemis II mission. So far, what they've already done at T plus 1 day and 20 hours into the flight, up until 30 minutes, the flight director 3 crew DPC daily planning conference already also initiated around that time, and also MET the mission elapsed time T plus 2 days, 2 hours and 5 minutes into the flight. The crew CPR demonstration already been done so far, and afterward at T plus, and then afterward 3 minutes in after the crew CPR demonstration at T plus 2 days, 2 hours and 8 minutes into the flight, live downlink event also already started, and afterward at T plus at around 3 hours and yeah around 3 hours and 17 minutes into into the flight at T plus 2 days, 5 hours and 25 minutes into the flight, up until a minute sorry up until an hour into the flight at T plus 2 days, 6 hours and 25 minutes into the flight. Emergency the emergency communications test through the Deep Space Network, the DSN, already done as well. And around.
This is Artemis Mission Control in Houston, Texas.
Mhm.
We are currently 2 days, 7 hours, and 55 minutes into the Artemis II mission. Currently on your screen, you are seeing a look at the Artemis Real-Time Orbit website. This visualization provides a look at the real-time data and telemetry coming from the Orion spacecraft when we don't have views of the spacecraft itself. The Orion spacecraft and its crew are currently about 143,000 miles away from the Earth, and they have about 130,000 miles separating them and the Moon. So they are now over halfway to the moon, and that planned lunar flyby will take place on flight day 6, which will be Monday, April 6th. Currently, the crew is in their pre-sleep period, so they're completing some hygiene activities, eating their dinner, and wrapping up the day's activities in preparation for sleep.
Okay, so they've already done their pre-sleep activities.
Different activities. They completed a CPR demonstration, along with several different development flight test objectives, including a flight test objective testing the Deep Space Network emergency communication system. They also did some toilet acoustics measurements, and each of the crew members completed their daily exercise using the flywheel device. Initially, this flight day had a outbound trajectory correction burn scheduled, but that burn was determined it was no longer needed. So that burn did not take place. So the next burn will be the outbound trajectory correction burn on flight day 4.
Okay, so outbound trajectory correction burn will only be done on the flight day 4, supposedly to be flight day 3 today, but it doesn't happen. So it's going to be pushed one day ahead. Should be good.
Various attitude maneuvers to compare 6 degrees of freedom and 3 degrees of freedom attitude control. 6 degrees of freedom refers to the 6 ways that a spacecraft moves. And there are 3 translational degrees of freedom, which are forward and backward, up and down, and left and right. And then 3 rotational degrees of freedom, which are the roll, pitch, and yaw. So through this DFTO, the crew will compare the standard 6 degrees of freedom to what a degraded quality of 3 degrees of freedom would look like, which means the crew could only control the rotational axes, the roll, pitch, and yaw of the spacecraft. And then following that development flight test objective tomorrow, the crew will also complete a lunar flyby plan review. During that plan review, each crew member will review their lunar targeting package, which is the primary tool guiding crew observations during the lunar flyby on flight day 6. It consists of 2 key components, the lunar geography review and the lunar targeting plan. The lunar geography review helps astronauts study major lunar features in advance of the flyby and learn how to orient themselves during the flyby, while the lunar targeting plan provides a detailed timeline of observation targets, background science context, and specific instructions for imaging and verbal descriptions.
Okay, so that's what we are hearing so far.
Also on the timeline for flight day 4 will be that orbital trajectory or outbound trajectory correction burn, and that burn is scheduled to take place in a little over 17 hours from now.
All right, so like we also hear, also at finally on the flight day number 3, at the mission elapsed time at T plus 2 days, 21 hours and 58 minutes, the live downlink event will be start around less than 14 hours from now. Okay. Okay, but also at the same time, the flight day number 4 slightly will also going to happen. It is that around mission elapsed time at T plus 2 days, 20 hours and 20 seconds up until 10 minutes, the FD4, the flight director for crew DPC daily planning conference will also going to start, but that one only going to last 10 minutes up until T plus 2 days, 20 hours and 30 minutes. Okay, and also on the flight day number 4 as well, which I'm also going to tell, is that at T plus 3 minutes, 3 days, 1 hour and 14 minutes into the flight, the OTC outbound trajectory correction burn number 2 will also going to begin. Okay, and then afterward, afterward around one afterward around 1 hour and 1 hour and 26 minutes later, at t plus 3 days, 3 hours and 40 minutes, the crew and possibly even the ground mission control will review the lunar flyby imaging plan. This one will be for the shift number 1, and then and afterward, at 1 hour and 58 minutes into the flight later on, at at 1 hour and 58 minutes later, at t plus 3 days, 5 hour and 38 seconds. Oh, sorry, at t plus 3 days, 5 hour and 38 minutes into the flight, the live Canadian Space Agency CSA live CSA downlink event will also going to start, and then later on at around let me see, at 7 minutes later, at t plus 3 days, 5 hours and 45 minutes into the flight, the crew will also going to review lunar flyby imaging plan, which will be the shift number 2. So that's going to cover in for the flight day number 3 and also 4 as well. So hopefully you guys can understand this, what's happening in between this event. So yeah, that's just a bit of talk about here, and I'm still going to be here until around up until almost 3 hours. After that, we can end the stream because otherwise, not otherwise, otherwise, we really don't have anything much to say, as you already see from the earlier, how do I say stream? You actually can see the astronauts actually talking about what they're doing with the mission, and in case you want to know, this these four astronauts, in no particular order: Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Jeremy Hansen, and also Christina Cook. They are on the way to the moon, and they are going to fly further away, much further than any humans have been going before, up until up until before up until the Apollo 17 mission. So yeah, so that's why we are going to see there another one soon. And what you're looking right now is the real-time visualization um, visualization image of this one, you can see. And so far, this one is actually from, yeah, this one is the real-time visualization of the crew itself. Okay, this one what you're looking at is the Orion Integrity spacecraft. This one with the serial number of CM-003, in case you want to know. I actually mistaken it with the CSM because how do I say, I got mixed up with the ESM, the European Service Module, and so I accidentally used the wrong designation, instead mix up the ESM and also the CM wording together. So yeah, I'm sorry. I stand to be corrected with that one. So thank you. And so far, there's not much else we can see there, but here and there you can see. Oh, oh goodness, oh goodness. In case you already heard, wow, that's actually pretty loud thunder there. I think, because out of that concern, I will end this stream. Out of the, how do I say, out of the weather concern, I will end the stream at 10 minutes, around 10-11 minutes from now. I need to end the stream out of the weather concern, and I don't want to damage my laptop, my system component here. So Unfortunately, I'm very sorry. Looks like we have to cut short the stream. We have to cut short half from what we want to plan. So unfortunately, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. We have to take care of ourselves. So yeah, we are going to end the stream around 10 or 11 minutes from now. So enjoy the view while you can, while you guys still can. Yeah. So hope for you guys to actually understand. I'm very sorry for the inconvenience because unfortunately the weather is not cooperating with us. But even though earlier on it's cooperating, yeah. And fortunately, I'm able to give you one of the best stream of the time. So yeah, thank you. And we are still going in here. And by now, the crew is right now on the way, getting ready for the pre-sleep phase, where everything they have already done for today, they have already done their dinner as well, and then afterward they will be heading for the sleep time, and they're going to sleep for quite sometimes before they finally being woke up by the mission control center. And you need to remember, because they are also going to go to the moon, they are also fly back as well. They are going to surround the moon. Obviously, oh, that's pretty bad. Okay, that's pretty bad. The weather situation doesn't looks improving, so I will end the stream as soon as possible, as much as I can. I need to look what happened outside. Oh, that's not good. That's terrible. Okay, and what do I want to say? It's because of that, because they are going to the moon. Of course, the communication will be a little bit more delay. It's not going by 4 hours. It's going to be by 5-6 seconds of telemetry delay, uplink and downlink, because of that stuff, if you want to know. Okay, and probably I need to go check out outside. I need to see. I need to evaluate if we can still push it for another few more minutes before I end the stream. Yeah, I don't want to damage this laptop, unfortunately. So yeah. Yeah, and lately it's a pretty rainy day here, because previously at the late month of the March, we unfortunately really have a dry hot weather. Okay, it's not really that good amount of dry hotness there, and unfortunately also contributing to the fire. So if you are one of the person actually look at the NASA firm's website, you might see some kind of burning happening around Sarawak, around Borneo. It's not like super duper big, fortunately, and also fortunately, even the firefighters have already done the job as well. So if you're firefighters stationed in Sarawak, or if you're Sarawakian also being stationed here, I'll say thank you for doing for saving our environment. We are almost burning here, but fortunately everything is in control, and we are still back with the rain, with the kind of rain and wetness and whatnot. So yeah, it's pretty fortunate here and there. And probably we might able to push a little bit, a few more minutes. After that, I will also going to end the stream. Unfortunately, um I cannot push it to 3 hours because of the weather concern with the thunderstorm. So please understand, we have to end the stream pretty early, a few more minutes from now. So yeah, let me check. Let me see how's the weather looking at right now. If we can push another more minutes. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be rain here, and I don't think it's safe to keep stream like that. Even the cloud formation is okay, but since but you know, being a local here, I do know some of the kind of weather pattern here. It's not going to be that good. I mean, like for brief momentarily, it's going to be like stop there, right? How many few minutes? But who knows what will happen next if I keep doing this stream. So fortunately, I've already put together this Artemis II brief update here, and also with the Amazon Leo LA-05 launch. So onboarding the Atlas 5 551 rocket for the AV-09 109 mission. So that's why I need to end the stream as soon as possible. Oh, sorry. We still can push slightly, just slightly, but not for too long. After this, I will end the stream, and also I need to get some rest. So yeah, I hope you guys can understand. And sorry for all of the inconvenience. Yeah, and also this is one of the reason why we don't stream on all the time, because of the weather condition as well. If the weather usually this is my rule. If the weather condition is not if the weather condition is getting way too worse to the point there's literally no way for us to go live. Myself cannot go live anymore, so I straight up have to cancel the stream right away. Even though I really want to do that, but yeah, you really cannot fight the mother nature like that. So that's why. And by now, I believe they are probably in the sleep mode by now. Should not be that long anymore. So that's why we don't see much of this update here. But all is fine. All is fine. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is another update here. Mm-hmm. Not really, but that should give you guys some idea. How's it going? Okay, so should be around few more minutes, and after that I will end this stream. Out of weather concern. Yeah, out of the weather concern, which is the thunderstorm. So unfortunately, we have to end the stream. In around 3-4 minutes left, or lesser. We shall see that soon. We shall see that I will also going to end the stream. So yeah. Okay, should be around two minutes, a little bit high, a little bit lower, before I start go to end the stream. Before I will start going streaming whatnot. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I don't believe we have any more activities here. No more telemetry stuff and whatnot here. Not significant activities anymore. So I believe it should be time to end this stream by now. Yeah. So thank you so much everybody for watching. I'm Daniel Suguwa, your host today for the launch of the Atlas 5 551 configuration rocket carrying the Amazon Leo LA-05. All of the 29 satellites have already been successfully deployed. And also, I already give you some brief update as well with the Artemis 2 mission. These 4 astronauts, Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Jeremy Hansen, and also Christina Cook, they are on the way to the moon. And they are going to fly by of it. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. And unfortunately, there's not much interesting update here right now. Presumably, the crew has already gone into sleep mode, so not much else we can say. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and take care. Have a safe day. And we have to end this stream pretty pretty early, pretty earlier than usual. Usually I want to push it to how many to 3 hours or maybe 2 hours plus, but out of weather concern, because we have thunderstorm here, 2 times weather thunderstorm, so we have to end this as soon as possible. So thank you so much, everybody, and sorry for all of the inconvenience, and take care, everybody. Goodbye and stay safe.